Hi, Gail.
Hello, Kat.
I would like for you to take me through a grand tour of the higher-end heat exchange semi-automatics, or automatics as well. So why don't you run through, I just want you to real quickly, features and benefits and their pros and cons for each of the machines.
Okay. We're going to look at the Rocket series, which is the Cellini and the Giotto.
These guys right here.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we will look at the Anita and the Andreja Premium and the La Valentina, which is over there. We'll go over and see that one later.
Okay, so let's start with these.
I can real quickly go through what these all have, similarities.
Okay.
They all have the E61 brew head.
Okay.
They all have copper boilers.
Okay.
They all have a 58 millimeter full-size portafilter.
Okay.
They all are lever machines, and they're all heat exchanger machines.
Okay.
Now the differences between the Andreja and the Anita. The Anita is not capable of being plumbed.
Okay.
The Andreja is. There's a plumb kit available.
But that's something that a technician would have to do. It's not something that a customer can retrofit themselves.
Actually, I think they can retrofit it down the road. But if you do it while it's under warranty, possibly you void your warranty.
Okay.
If you want to do it down the road, you can.
I see.
The Andreja Premium has anti-burn steam wand on both sides, the water side and the steam wand. The Anita does not. These get hot. The valves on the Andreja Premium are a $200 upgrade. They have much more control. The Anita does not have that. The Anita has a little lesser of a casing. It's a little cheaper to produce. This is more expensive to produce.
I see.
Now to compare the Rocket series, the Cellini and the Giotto, they compare right down the same line as the Andreja Premium. The difference that they have a nickel-plated copper boiler with a brass end plate. The nickel plating is to prevent any leaching of lead from copper, trace amounts. And that brass end plate makes the thermal qualities a little bit better, hence a little bit better steaming possibly.
All right.
That might be a bit of a pro, although the Andreja is a really good machine as well.
All right.
The knobs are different. These are smooth. These are
little flowers.
Little flowers, yeah. I don't know what kind of flowers a black one would be, but anyway, they're little flowers, just like
a gothic flower.
This is a Halloween flower.
Yes.
I have used these, and customers have told me that they think that the action on the Giotto is a little bit smoother. I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah, a little squeaky.
You don't get that over here. Yeah, no noise. So,
no noise.
And then the difference between the two Rockets, curved panels, flat side panels. That's the only difference. They're identical machines.
They just have different casings.
Yep, different casings.
Okay.
So that's the basic difference between all these machines. Pros and cons. The heat exchanger, all of them. The pro is that the temperature is always controlled. If you haven't used it for 5 or 6 minutes, you do have to do about a 4 or 5 second flush to stabilize the temperature. Okay. Other than that, it's going to be the same across the road. So they all have that same con of you have to do that flush. Okay. The pros are it's always ready to go and you can brew and steam at the same time. Yes, we love that. And you don't need a PID and you can't use a PID on it. All right. Okay, that's the La Valentina, Gail. How does it compare to the Quick Mills and the Rockets? First off, am I all wet? Yes. I just had to go out and move our car. Because no, this is a seamless transition. Oh, well, we had a shipment coming in the back, and the cars were in the way. Anyway, that's what we're all about over here, switching around. Multitasking. That's right. The La Valentina, the Grimac Royal Falcon La Valentina. Okay. I know you like me saying that. I love that name. This has the same features as the Andreja, well, as far as heat exchanger machines. It has basically the same thing. Copper boiler. It has a 1 pressure gauge versus on the Quick Mill machines, they have 2 pressure gauges. One is in the boiler, and one is at the brew head. Okay. The Rocket has the one for the boiler, and the La Valentina has one for the boiler. All right, and then this doesn't have the insulated steam one. No, that's what this rubber ding-dong's all about. All right. It's got, this one has programmable buttons. It actually has 5 programmable buttons, and this is the menu how you get into it. Okay. Just under $2,000, and it comes in a version with rocker switchers. For semi-automatic functionality. Exactly. This one's a little bit taller as far as just height-wise. It's taller than the rest. It's a little bit bigger. The water reservoir is back here. The one con on this machine that I don't care for is, I don't know if you can see that water reservoir.
Yeah.
It has a lid on it.
Yeah.
So if you want to clean it, that's hard to get at.
It's kind of a pain. Okay.
Whereas the other 2 or 4 over there, they have
They're just open.
Water reservoirs that are just open at the top with hoses go. Well, the rocket doesn't have hoses going in, but the quick mill does.
Yeah.
The rocket has a feed from the bottom.
Okay. All right.
So now let's go over to look at the Pasquini. The Pasquini Livia 90.
Mm-hmm.
This machine, again, is a heat exchanger machine.
Mm-hmm.
It does not have the E61 brew head that all the rest have.
All right.
It heats from the boiler. It does have the three-way solenoid valve. It comes in a version that's a
semi-auto.
Semi-auto,
Okay.
and this is the auto with the programmable buttons.
So this is just ambiently heated,
Yes.
the brew group. It doesn't. Okay.
Yep.
All
Does
right.
not have an anti-burn steam one.
Mhm.
The one pro that this has, this is probably the smallest machine in its category.
Yeah, I like how short it is. I think for people with cupboard issues, it definitely
Yep.
gives a lot of clearance.
Water is right there. Nice big water reservoir.
Mm-hmm.
For those folks that have the older ones, a lot of people don't know that water reservoir actually pulls out.
Oh.
You can grab onto it and pull it right out.
Okay.
The older ones have a sensor, a wire sensor attached to the side of the reservoir. You just pull that sensor off and take it out and wash it.
Cool.
So, the pros on this one, small size.
Mm-hmm.
Con, doesn't have the E61 brew head, so
Yeah.
it's not quite as temperature controlled.
And there's a little bit of a difference in the shot.
Yeah, I think
From what
there
we've
is.
compared.
I think
Okay.
there is. But this is one of the nicest looking machines on the market. I mean, I like the looks of it.
It sure is.
It's pretty, just like you, Kat.
Thanks, Gail.
Hey. What
You get a raise.
Yeah, thank you. There was something else I was going to tell you about those over there. Well, I guess it was just that the water reservoir is open
Okay.
instead of being closed.
All right. Thanks, Gail.
Later, Gator.